What's up, nerds? Jonathan from thenerdnight.com here, bringing you a first-hand report from PAX East 2013. The Penny Arcade Expo is a yearly event here in Boston that brings together gamers and creators of both video games and tabletop games in 3 days worth of button mashing, dice rolling, cosplaying, sword swinging fun. I had a chance to visit the expo this past weekend, and while I wasn't bathing in the seas of Nerdvana, I was capturing footage on my trusty camera to bring here for you. The AAA titles being showcased and demoed at PAX this year, such as The Last of Us, Watch Dogs, and The Elder Scrolls Online, had lines about 3 hours long, and I was just one man on a mission, so sorry to say we won't have much to show you on that front. But I did manage to snag some nice footage of The Elder Scrolls cinematics being shown on one of the many giant projection screens lining the PAX show floor. Not to worry though, as the real treasures to be found at PAX are in the indie areas. Contrast, by Compulsion Games, is sure to impress with its unique use of shadows as an in-game platforming mechanic to get from place to place. Shovel Knight, by Yacht Club Games, probably gets my vote for Best of Show. It blended platforming mechanics a Mega Man fan would feel close at home with that retro NES art style and vivid HD glory. Kista Games puts a unique twist on gaming in their 16-bit era-inspired RPG, which will be released in an episodic series. They also showcase the Halfont Music Collection, whose box art and sound is heavily inspired by the SNES generation. Sauropod Studio brought along Castle Story, which takes the fun of Minecraft and combines it with real-time strategy elements to create an enjoyable adventure. Double Fine and Cappy teamed up on a booth this year, and it was one of the most enjoyable of them all. Double Fine's leap motion compatible game Drop Chord will certainly get your fingers in a twist, while Cappy's fast-paced pixel art-ridden action game Super Time Force is sure to excite even those of us hardest to impress. An upcoming PlayStation Vita game called Tearaway had a large draw, largely due to the novelty paper hats they were giving away, but the paper cutout art style looked absolutely brilliant, and this one might even get me to pick up a PS Vita someday. Penny Arcade was even showcasing their own RPG on the Rain-Slick Precipice of Darkness 4, further emphasizing the apparent resurgence of 16-bit era RPGs. I, for one, welcome this return with open arms and an open cartridge slot. The Oddball Award of the show would have to go to Dive Kick by One True Game Studios. This 2-player fighting game had only one objective: dive kick. That's right, no punching, no fireballs, all dive kicks. And believe me when I say these high-top matches drew humongous crowds. Some other big contenders such as Marvel Heroes, Call of Juarez Gunslinger, and Lost Planet 3 piqued my interest as well. And the Nerd Night will be sure to keep you up to date with any news from these titles. Heading over to the tabletop area, I soon encountered an entirely greater level of nerd. Luckily, I brought my +5 cloak of shielding and stepped into the fray. Geek Chic, a tabletop gaming furniture company, brought along a wide variety of their product line. From the simple yet functional Portal, to the Dungeon Master's wet dream, the Sultan. They also had a cute forgery setup where one could purchase finely crafted prop medieval weaponry, sure to dispatch even the largest horde of nerds. Tables were set up as far as the eyes could see, with gamers throwing down in bouts of Magic the Gathering, Netrunner, Warhammer, and tons of RPG campaigns. Zpocalypse, by Greenbrier Games, was my favorite in the tabletop arena. There are many zombie-themed board games fighting for supremacy out there, but the quality of Zpocalypse's game pieces, mixed with its tight rules, lead to a clear victor in my book. PAX East gets bigger, better, and smellier every year. I had a fantastic time at the show, both exploring on my own and talking with the many gamers and creators I encountered. Thanks for watching our recap of the PAX East 2013 events, and hope to see you here in Boston next year.